Hi, everybody worldwide. Welcome back to Ham Radio Live, where the world talks radio.
Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Take me by my little hand and go like this. Yeah, twist, baby, twist. Yeah, just like that. Come on, little miss, and do the twist. My daddy is sleeping, and mama ain't around. Yeah, daddy's just sleeping, and mama ain't around. We're gonna twist it, twist it, twist it, till we tear the house down. Come on and twist, yeah, baby, twist. Yeah, just like that. Come on, little miss, and do the twist. Yeah, you should see my little sis. You should see my little sis. She really knows how to rock. She knows how to twist. Come on and twist. Yeah, baby, twist. Yeah, just like that. Come on, and do the twist.
Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast, the sea to shining sea. Welcome back to Ham Radio Live here in Central Florida. Beautiful day, about 82 degrees, little breeze as well. It makes it livable in the month of June. It is Thursday, June 4th, 2026, and from around the world, wherever you may be, away we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Little Shack here in Florida. It's great to see you guys. It's little Jack and Larry doing the show today. And we do have a little team here besides my dear friend Sam.
That's my boy!
Not yet, Sam. He's not quite here yet. We also have Jasper here in studio today. And I also want to introduce you as well to our dear puppy Jill, who's in the back handling the little peanut gallery there. So, Jill, welcome. Good to see you guys around the world as well, too. If you'd like to get your ham license, we'd love to help you do so. It's something you'll always be grateful you did. And I know I am. Geez, I wouldn't be doing any of this stuff if I didn't get my ham ticket. It is, it's one of the coolest things I've ever done. I think the other day I mentioned about best thing I ever did. You know, the best thing I ever did really was become a dad. You know, when you become a parent, you know, there's just nothing else like that. It's something that's so important in your heart, and I'm very grateful that there's no one and nothing that could ever take that away, and that's for sure. If you'd like to get a ham radio, though, we'd love to help you get a hold of the American Radio Relay League. That's what I did. I reached out to them at www.arrl.org. I clicked up on the contact part of their page, and I just basically said, I'd like to get my ham radio license. Here's where I live. They then sent back to me a local to me ham club about 10 miles away. Reached out to the club, told them I wanted to get my license. We planned, because here in the States, the clubs give you the ham test license here, the ham license test, I should say. And it all worked out great. It was really a simple process, but the key is getting in touch with a ham club. And that's what the American Radio Relay League can help you with. www.arrl.org. We also have a great Discord channel. It's at ham-radio-live. Make sure you put the dashes in, otherwise it might be a problem here. It's a pretty cool little place. You can get yourself all kinds of questions asked, even regarding the ham licensing exam. Reach us at ham-radio-live or just ask your questions. Be happy to help you there as well. We also have a great website at www.hamradiolive.org filled with stuff you can use to help make your life in amateur radio and shortwave an awful lot more pleasurable. It's at www.hamradiolive.org. Don't forget shortwave, folks. We got stuff there for you as well. Show email here is info@hamradiolive.org. We'll find out more about that in just a moment. Let's find out who's first, second, and third first on the show. All right? All right? Okay. First up today, ladies and gentlemen, you may think it's this gentleman right here because he's the champion at coming in first.
Thank you. Come again.
Yeah, pretty much. But today, no, it's another North American person. Jeff in Canada, you have done it today. First up, give Jeff a big beep beep here. Well done, Jeff. Victor Echo 3, Whiskey Juliet. Woo! Well done, buddy. Congratulations. First up. Well done. Second up is Bill. Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India Mike. Hi, Bill. Good to see you. Nice to see you. A happy Thursday, my friend. Third up. Nope, continent number 2. That would be Europe. Martin is here. Pop Echo 9 Tango India Golf. Hi, Martin. Happy Thursday afternoon, my dear friends. Great to see you. And we've got also Steve here from the United Kingdom. Mike 1, Sierra Delta, and Hotel. Hi, Steve. Very happy Thursday to you there. And also from the United Kingdom, there's Barry Wendon, Golf 6, Juliet, Mike X-Ray. We're grateful you're here. Very welcome. Happy Thursday to you, my friend. And big news today, because we got to spread the love here.
Someone need a hug.
Well, not really. It's just a very, very good thing. We want to say thank you to Rodney.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss, my wife. Baby, my heart's on fire.
It's a special
day. If
day.
you refuse me, honey, you lose me. Then you'll be left alone.
It's a long song,
baby,
though.
telephone and tell me I'm your own.
It's Rodney's birthday. Yeah! Yes, Rodney. Happy birthday, buddy. Well done. Wow. Well done. Happy birthday, Rodney. Papa Echo 9 no, wait. Sorry, I can read Martin's call sign there. And then the world just comes to an end, which is a bad thing. And, and I don't expect Rodney to come today. I think Rodney's he's got vacation this week, which is kind of cool. So I think he's having some fun and much well-deserved fun as well. Rodney, happy birthday, my friend, and a very, very happy birthday from all of us here at Ham Radio Live, man. All your friends. Martin, that was very nice of you to say that. Thank you for doing that, bud. Thank you so much. A lot of people wishing Rodney a very happy birthday. Chris is here. Kilo Echo 2, Hotel Romeo Juliet. Hello, my friend. Happy Thursday. CQ. Greetings, Larry and all. Thank you very much for that. And from Germany, it's Gunter, DK50NV. Wow. Really? You gave Gunter big applause? Sam, you're getting kind of liberal with all that stuff. I mean, it's kind of, isn't that stuff you save for, I don't know, for Spike or something?
Surprise.
Must be, man.
Shut up!
Fine, Gunter, welcome. It is Sam's world here as far as he's concerned. Andy, welcome. Good to see you too. Mike 7, Charlie, November. Lots of birthday wishes today for dear Rodney, which is really cool. Hey, Jerry's back too. Hello, Jerry. Kilo 4, Papa Zulu. Welcome, Jer. Nice to see you again. Very happy Thursday to you. What a great group. Cor Vortman as well joins us from New York. Hi, Cor. Cor does a radio show in Holland. Yeah, he does a nice little radio show there. One of them is disco, and the other one is like classic rock. No kidding. Very, 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 very cool, two different genres, but, in the same time period too, which is kind of interesting. Core, it's nice to have you. Thanks for coming. He's got that really good radio voice, which I admire. By the way, Steve from the QRP Net. I love Steve. Steve's a neat guy. And he just has that country western radio voice. He could probably get a gig at any country station in North America right now because he's just so smooth, man. He could make a song like this just sound like butter. You know what I mean?
On with the show, this is it.
I think he could. Good to see you, my friend. And more birthday wishes for Rodney. Rodney, you got a whole lot of love today on the show.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
I don't think so. I think I'm good on that. Chris is here, and look at this. It's Chris and Chris separated by a continent. Chris is here. Golf 7, Victor Echo Oscar. Hi, Larry. Big thunderstorm here. A Larry moment. Can I use my radio?
And now, a Larry moment.
Well, honestly, Chris, I think that...
What's going on here? Well, don't stand there with your beak open. Say something.
Trying to answer the question.
Your
Let me answer the question.
Coming out of your big mouth.
Wow. Jeez.
Come on. Quit stalling.
Man, come on. No, unplug your radio now. Just take it offline, get the coax set somewhere away from the radio, and use your radio another day. There you go. The advice for lightning and ham radio. Gosh, Rodney, you get birthday wishes everywhere.
Thank you. Come again.
It's crazy, man.
Thank you. Come again.
Everybody's wishing Rodney a happy birthday today. Rodney, you'll watch us on YouTube replay. You'll be going, man, this is awesome.
Oh, you stupid little idiot.
But do you invite him? I don't know. And speaking of Steve, there's Steve's co-pilot right there on the QRP Net on Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern, which is at 23 UTC. That's Kevin, Kilo Zero, Kilo Lima Bravo. Hi, Kev. Good to see you. My arm is getting real tired here, Jack. He's falling asleep in my arm right now, and that's probably not the greatest thing. Speaking of our website and our email, we get lots of emails sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. Like usually on Mondays, it's a lot of email. And then like for Thursday, this is a crazy amount of email. We got another one from Andy in Bristol. Andy, remember doing the steel guitar bit? Yep. That's Andy. Well, here's a picture he sent me today of him tuning a steel guitar. How about that right there, huh? That's pretty sweet. Yes. Mike 7, Charlie November, doing a tune-up, getting it all tuned up on a steel guitar. Andy, that's great. Thanks for sending that. And Andy also provided me a couple of little videos. I'm going to share just a skosh of both. These are the people who kind of got him into being a musician and picking this steel guitar as his instrument. First one, this is Lloyd Green, someone that Andy really admires and looks up to. Take a listen to this. It's really beautiful. This song is really special to me because at my mom's funeral, my brother and I sang Amazing Grace to my mom. And when Bob died in 2025, 30 years after my mom passed, I sang this song to my brother too. So, Andy, thank you. Really cool. Here's another one Andy sent. This is another person who Andy very much admires. Take a listen to this. A little more upbeat, a little fun. Lloyd Green, his steel guitar. This is pretty cool. Man, Andy knew Mike 7 Charlie November. Amazing stuff. Thank you. Thank you. So you don't have to just send me ham radio stuff. By the way, Mike and I tried to make a call yesterday on 6 meters. I got to hear him. He couldn't hear me. No, nah. I think the antenna is too low and probably just not good conditions for me, but it was neat to hear him. I'll play that video for you today. Plus, we're going to talk about some pretty cool stuff. I think it's pretty cool. We're going to talk about the origins of amateur radio. The origins of ham radio. Believe it or not, the spark gap days. And this will kind of explain to you guys why I would never be caught dead around any of that equipment. No, not my thing. A little too prehistoric and dangerous, but I still admire the people who could do it. Plus, we'll let you hear what it actually sounds like, which is kind of neat. Plus, for those that are interested, we'll also have a segment on building your own crystal radio. Yes, something that a lot of us probably did. I know I did when I was in the Cub Scouts. I built a crystal radio, got a little badge for it, and maybe you did too. You built a crystal radio when you were young, and perhaps that was what got you into being interested in radio. We'll have a video on that as well. Tomorrow will be a very important day because we're going to talk about museum ships on the air weekend. Yes. More ships have been added, and we're going to be showing you different ships in different continents tomorrow, so you get an idea of just where you can work different museum ships. It only happens once a year, guys. It's always the first weekend in June, and because of that, I was going to play the second most popular song of the 60s today to start the show, which is Hey Jude, but couldn't play it because tomorrow, but it's kind of like a tradition. I've done this. This will be the third year in a row doing museum ships on the air weekend. And so tomorrow I'll actually be doing the village people in the Navy, because that's what we do. It's just, what we do. May not be good, but it's what we do here. Yep. Yeah. So a little equipment functioning poorly here. Just kind of one of those mornings here.
Oh, whatever, Larry.
Even though it's afternoon. I know how to tell time. You don't have to tell me how to tell time. I know how to do it. Let's get to your forecast today, and I'll get you the topic question right after, okay? Your ham radio HF forecast powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. SFI up to 147. Sunspot number 162. We've got an angry sunspot region. It's been firing off some solar flares, not coronal mass ejections. Want to make sure you understand there's a big difference. That's what's going to bring noise floors up today. I know it shows quiet here, but we're going to get louder noise floors most likely here today. Look at 6 meter, 4 meter, and 2 meter E-skip. All are open today, which is great. We're in E-skip season. BZ latitude's positive, still a little fading on the bands, but not as bad as it can be. Magnetosphere view, here you go. Still 10 sunspot regions are facing Earth, and the angry one there is at the top, just above the equator line of the sun, 4455. That's the one that keeps on firing off solar flares. Also, keep an eye there on 4459. It's over 2 sunspots from the one that has the blue there, 4455. If you go over 2 to the left on more of the western limb of the sun, you'll see 4459. That looks like it's also going to be firing off a little bit of some solar flares as well. Noise floors, 3-day geomagnetic forecast. Today expecting a G3 storm. Noise floors will go up to about an S3, S4. Tomorrow about the same, and then quieter on Saturday. So just going to be here for a couple of days, and hopefully we'll get back to better conditions for the weekend. Maximum usable frequencies are super easy today to keep in your mind. 20 and 17 and 15 meters are your best bands in the Northern Hemisphere, and 15 is going to come in the afternoon still, more likely about 2 o'clock, but it'll work you the rest of the day. It'll be pretty flat. Southern Hemisphere, you can see bands are pretty much the same as they've been most of the last few weeks here. So your HF forecast powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. Your daytime ham bands, good conditions, E-skip, E-skip, so 4 meter, 6 meter, and 2 meter E-skip are now open. Good stuff. Also, stable SFIs. This is great. You'll have some good conditions this weekend if you want to work any special events like museum ships on the air weekend, or if you want to work a contest or two. good conditions for you. Might be a little noisy through tomorrow, but decent conditions. Best DX in the Northern Hemisphere, daytime ham bands 20 and 17. 15 opens up in the afternoon, and it'll work great east and west as well as north and south too. So your Southern Hemisphere best DX 20 to 10 meters. It's just going to be wide open for you in the south. Nighttime amateur band, stable solar flux index numbers, and good DX. Could be some heavy QSB at times, so watch for fading out there. Nighttime amateur bands of 160 meters, 80/75 meters, 60, and their top DX is on the 40 meter band right now. Good conditions to work 40. Shortwave DXers, daytime shortwave. Noise floors are a little higher than normal through tomorrow. Stable SFIs will help you make some great DX on the shortwave bands. Shortwave daytime 31 meters, 25, 22, 19, 15, and 13 meter band. Nighttime shortwave, good SFIs, a bit noisy out there, but good conditions to DX on shortwave. Nighttime shortwave 120 meters down to 19 should be stellar for you. And remember, 19 meters open in the Southern Hemisphere about an hour to an hour and a half after sunset, with the SFI in the mid 140s. Should get it a little longer tonight. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, you'll get the great 19 meter DX about 4 hours after sunset. There is your forecast. Okay. Excuse me, a fun topic question for you. If you could teach a new licensee something about amateur radio, what would you make sure to teach them? Think about it, right? I mean, it could be patience, right? I mean, we talk about the 3 Ps. Patience, persistence equals payoff. Could be when to work where, what meter band. Why, for example, let's use 40 meters, okay? Because 40 seems to be that one band that's really misunderstood by new hams, right? 40 works great at night, and then you try and work it during the daytime, and you're talking to someone only 500 miles away. You're not getting someone 3,000 miles anymore, and you're like going, what's going on here? Maybe it's when to work where, okay? It could be about the DX code of conduct, things you want to make sure they don't do or that they practice to do. Let us know about what you would teach somebody that's new in amateur radio, and we will make it part of today's program. Mike and I yesterday, Kilo Golf 2 Mike, tried to make our first QSO together. Now, Mike, to be fair, Mike's only about 120 miles to the northeast of me. He's not far, but it's close enough that HF is a bit too close to work. But we still gave it a try on 6 meters. Take a quick look. Well, gang, it is still Wednesday, June the 3rd, 2026, and I've got to be honest, I have a little bit of I feel bad, because Mike, Kilo Golf 2 Mike, and I had planned to make my very first call on 6 meters to be with him, and we wanted to make that happen. And, there's a part of me feels really sad about that, because, we had talked about this, but it was either my antenna was down and his wasn't up yet, or his wasn't up yet and my antenna was, and we could never get it happen. So we're going to give it a shot and see if we can make the call here in the afternoon following the show. So we're going to go up to 50.135 and try and see if we can make this call together. Jacksonville, it's about 100 miles northeast of me, and so we'll give it a shot. I hope we can. Gosh, I'd be thrilled. I'd be so thrilled. That would be just amazing. Just a second here. Now, Mike and I are communicating, via phone at this point. And we're trying to figure out, can you hear me, right? Can you hear me? Perfect. And give it a shot. See if we can do it. Let's see if we can make it work. Hang on a second. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Hold on, better get more power. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo Golf 2 Mike. Mike, are you out there? Over. I'd already checked the frequency. I knew there was no one there. And it's 6 meters. It's easy to tell. Poor Mike. He couldn't hear me. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November trying to reach Mike. Kilo Golf 2 Mike. Kilo Golf 2 Mike in Jacksonville. Can you hear me? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Over. Crickets. All crickets in silence. But you'll hear him. Hold on, Mike. I'm here. You're really in the deep. You're really. Go back. Just not there. So hold on, Mike. I'm here. You're really in the deep. You're really sound like MM. Let's see if we can get the propagation to come up a bit. Kilo Golf 2 Mike. And this is Kilo 7. What I love about this is an excellent illustration of how 6 meter E-skip works and doesn't work. Meaning, it's a great illustration of how very quick it can be and then go right away. Listen. Till November, Central Florida, calling you. Are you there, buddy? Mike, it's really, really weak, but I've got something there. Kilo Golf 2, Mike, Kilo 7, Hotel November, Grid Square, Echo Lima 98, QSL. And nothing, see? The E-skip gone. Barely hear it. Mike, it's very, very faint in the background. Very faint in the background. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Mike, my Grid Square, Echo Lima 98, QSL. Hear that Echo Mike 37? Okay, Kilo Golf 2 Mike. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. What is your Grid Square? Could you repeat it like 3 or 4 times for me? Over. Okay, now what's interesting is the Grid Square, right? He said Echo Mike 37. Now that's Central Arkansas, clearly not Mike, but Mike's on frequency. He didn't hear that, nor did I hear that, and we're still trying to work together. That's 6 meter E-skip right there. And hold on a second, Mike's voice is going to come in. You'll hear just how the dulcet tones of Mike's voice comes out over radio. He's amazing. Great sound audio. Mike, lot of QS Baker, lot of QSB, Kilo Golf 2, Mike, this is Kilo 7, Hotel November, Grid Square, Echo Lima 98, What is your Grid Square? Over. Still nothing from poor Mike. And keep in mind, Kilo Golf 2, Mike's got a great station. I mean, he showed me pictures yesterday, and I can't show you today because I haven't for sure got the okay to show them to you. It is phenomenal. It's like a dream station for me. I'd be like, oh, I would never leave that place. It would never. It's like incredible equipment. So he's got the stuff to make the call, and we just didn't have conditions to do that. And I don't want to go too much longer on this, only because to get to the part where his voice is on there, I'm not sure how much longer it is in the video. And I don't want to, we got a lot to do today, kids. So I just want to make sure we do that. Mike, thanks for trying. We'll get that call. We'll get that call done. Absolutely. Also, 3 quick cues from the shack in Florida. First, France.
Are you 7 York Tango 59? Grazie mille. Tango Mike 29 Whiskey Alpha.
Kilo 7, Hotel November.
Thank you. KC1 WDY 59.
59 also, CC.
Thank you. Tango Mike 29 Whiskey Alpha.
Kilo 7, Hotel November.
Kilo 7 Oscar.
Kilo 7, Hotel November.
K7 Hotel Norway 59.
Thank you. 59 Central Florida. Good luck.
Thank you, Larry. Tango Mike 29 Whiskey America.
Next up, here comes the Czech Republic.
Hotel Alpha Mike 59.
QSL, you are also 59 in Texas, Tango X-ray. Header second operator.
This is the second operator, November 6th, Juliet Victor Alpha.
November 6th, Juliet Victor Alpha. Many thanks, and 73 and second operator 88. Bye-bye. QR Alpha.
Kilo 7, Hotel November.
Number 7, Hotel November.
Kilo 7,
59.
Hotel November.
59.
Roger, Kilo 7, Hotel November 59.
59 Central Florida. Good luck.
Okay. Last call today is to Ukraine.
Kilo 7, Hotel November.
Kilo 7, Hotel November 59.
Thank you. 59 in Central Florida. Good luck.
There we go. Thanks a lot to Tango Mike 29 Whiskey Alpha in France, Oscar Lima 6 Whiskey Alpha in the Czech Republic, and Echo Mike 3 Whiskey Alpha all the way in Ukraine for working Ham Radio Live. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Today's topic question: if you could teach a new licensee something about ham radio, what would you teach them? I want to welcome my dear friend Peter, Sierra Mike 4 Papa Echo Lima, all the way from Sweden. Hi, Peter. Good to see you. Welcome back, buddy. Gosh, it's great to see you. How have you been? I hope your early summer schedule is good and the weather's warming up for you. I hope so very, very much. Roger McKeon's here with Maggie, Kilo Juliet 7, Lima X-ray, and Maggie makes K9. Hi, guys. Welcome. And Dallas Anderkin joins us again. Hi, Dallas, Kilo Charlie 0, Sierra Zulu, and Kilo. Welcome to the show. Chris, first one to answer our topic question. If you could hand something down to someone new in amateur radio, what would you say? Chris says, listen. Listen to others on various bands to learn the lingo and customs. Now, Chris is fairly new in amateur radio. This is his advice. I love it. He says, listen to the various bands, learn the lingo and the customs before pushing the push to talk button. Great comment. That's a great comment. So take some time to listen and then learn by doing. Great stuff. Andy New in Bristol, today's topic question: don't tune your antenna close to other users. Don't be afraid to call CQ. Great comment, Andy. That's a good one. I like that. You know, because nobody, here's the thing. I'm just going to be honest. Nobody likes to hear a tube amplifier being tuned up on a weak DX signal. It may not be weak where that person is, but for some it will be weak. And you'll hear that pitch, that high shrill pitch of someone trying to tune the plate in the grid on their tube amp to work the guide that they probably could do it with 100 watts. But the point is, don't do it on frequency. Great comment, Andy. I love that. Second part, don't be afraid to call CQ. You know, if you're new, that's a normal thing. Let me just say that clear. Being afraid to use your microphone is normal to be afraid to call CQ because you don't want to screw up. I mean, that's our biggest fear. We don't want to become like a fool or look like or sound like a fool on the radio. don't worry about it. Just call CQ. Just try and make calls. You'll learn as you go. And I'll tell you something. I have heard, I can tell you when my first QSO came on, I told the person they were my first QSO. They were thrilled. They were just like, really? Really? I'm the first guy you've called? Thank you for telling me. You're doing a great job. They encouraged me. And if you tell them the same thing, they're going to encourage you too, most likely, because most hams are really good-spirited people. I love that comment. Andy, that's a double good comment on that one. Thank you. Back-to-back good ones here. Love it, Andy. Thank you. Chris, he says, and this is a neat comment, I would teach a new licensee to always unplug their radio before lightning strikes.
Thank you. Come again.
And not during the storm. That's golden advice right there.
Oh, whatever, Larry.
It's true. It's great advice. Production team here. We have a team meeting immediately after the program.
Someone need a hug.
Jeez. Nice comment. Thank you, Chris. Barry, he says, how to solder correctly. Oh. Now, this is a neat comment because I bet there'll be some that would look inside a ham radio if something's wrong with it. For example, let's say, they're not able to transmit, right? They can hear, receive is fine, everything else works, but transmit's dead, right? Most people would be terrified to take the radio apart, to take the cover off. I would be. I would be. But there are smart people like Barry. The guy I go through is in the Carolinas. He's really a neat guy. His name is Vlado. Now, Vlado will work on any solid state radio. He won't do tube stuff. Just says it's just too much of a problem for him. But he loves doing solid state. So I just send it to him. But the point is, if you can do it and you understand electrical theory, schematics, how to read the schematics so you know where the transmit portion of your radio is located, right? And you can work and do the proper tests to find out, okay, that transistor is out. I have to replace that transistor. You're going to have to solder it. You have to unsolder the one from the surface mount and you have to put the new one in. Soldering is such a lost art. That's a great comment. Barry, Golf 6, Juliet Mike X-Ray could be comment of the show right there. Really, I didn't expect that comment to come up today. It's a great comment. By the way, here's our birthday boy, Rodney. He says, sorry I'm late, everyone. Just got back home from a surprise dinner. Happy birthday, Rodney. Happy birthday. I think everybody in here wished you a happy birthday. And yes, Mike, we will try again. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rodney, yes, never late, just that everyone gets here too early. Toscan Bang, welcome. Portugal is here. Good to see you. He says, you wouldn't believe how long it has taken to unpack after we moved to Portugal, which was 10 years ago. Wow. Nope, I wouldn't believe it. This radio room looks like we just moved in here. So I get that. Mike, Larry, that was the other station that was calling me from Missouri, coming back to my initial CQ from EM37. Thanks for saying that. I didn't know that. Didn't know. You never said anything to me about it. I was here, but now you know what I heard, right? Because I couldn't hear you, but I could hear just little wafts of him, just little bit. But you came in once with your audio where I heard your voice, but then gone. And that's 6 meters. It's just how it is. Yeah. Toscan, I'm later again, been unpacking 10 years, but I found a QSL card from Whiskey 5 Lima Foxtrot Lima and an audio cassette of his operation on the shuttle. That's pretty good find, bud. Yes. That's, I can't remember his name now, but he's like a decorated officer in the U.S. Air Force. I'm trying to remember his name. I can't. Just can't remember. Chris, time to quit? I'm just guessing. Yes. Gunger, you're too kind.
I'm glad you're here, buddy. Welcome back. How did DXing go last night? I hope you had a good night out there. I really do. Andy New asks Rodney, the birthday boy, what would you teach a new licensee? I'm afraid now you have just opened up a big can of worms, Andy.
Well, thanks, Larry. We'd have a penny for your thoughts, but I'm broke.
And Rodney's answer, to have patience and confidence. Everyone tries to teach the tech stuff, but not the operator part of the hobby. Microphone shy is a real thing. And he's 100% right. Nice comment, Rodney. Thank you. Bill Myers, Chris beat me to it. Listen, listen, listen. My second answer is the importance of a good antenna and coax. Don't buy an expensive radio and match it with a poor antenna. Comment right there could be of the show. Yep. Because people love the beautiful radio. They do. They see it. They go, wow, that's got some looks. Ooh, kind of like how shiny that screen looks. Yesterday, when I was doing the show, and one thing I didn't do today, I couldn't get the radio, the radio segment for today, with the ads and all that. I couldn't do that. Just ran out of time. But I saw this radio. It was at, I think, Gigaparts or DX Engineering. Can't remember which site. But anyway, it's this bright red radio, right? Bright red. And I'm like, wow, that looks kind of nice. And I could see how people would do that. They're drawn to something that looks special on the page. Okay. Well, this is like a QRP radio, 5 watts. I have zero interest. I mean, you've lost me at that point. If it'll do 20 or 25, I'm interested then. I have some interest because it's not going to cripple me at just 5 watts. I just want more power. That's all I want. I don't ask for just 5 watts, but it looked great. And that doesn't mean that people that work 5-watt radios are morons. That's just my opinion, which is worth nothing. Really. I know that. But when I looked at it, I was like, man, the price is like almost $1,500. I'm like, crud, I can buy an ICOM IC7300 Mark II. I could get a new 7300 first edition. I could get like the 710, the FTDX 10. I could buy a lot of radio for that much money. And it said, hurry, only 3 left. I bet. And there'll be 3 left next week and the week after that and the week after that. People will buy value, right? And the good looking radio only goes so far. But the point I'm trying to make, which I lost a long time ago, don't do the cool radio thing. Just don't. Get a good antenna. If you get a good antenna, just get what you can afford for a radio, because the antenna is going to make all the difference in the world. The best looking radio is not going to make a marginal antenna outside better. It doesn't have any impact. Zero. Nada. None. Just get the good antenna. Who cares if you got an older radio? If it still works, that antenna is going to make it sing. It really will. Bill, good comment. It's a great comment, and it's absolutely true. Jeff in Canada, learning to live long. The exam is just a gateway to 1,000 different paths you can take that interests you the most. That's an awesome comment. Wow. Toscan, relax. I remember my earliest contacts. I was so wound up, I didn't enjoy it as much as I could have. Man, that's a great comment, too. You guys are coming with the heat today on the program. Man, seriously, these are great comments. Relax. Enjoy it. It's supposed to be fun. You don't go buy a ham radio and the antenna and the feeder and spend all this thousands of dollars or whatever you're spending, right? You don't do that because you're not going to enjoy it. Remember to have a good time. Smell the flowers a little bit. Take the time to enjoy it. What I did when I got my ham license, we couldn't afford to go to dinner, but we could afford a big wall map. That's what I wanted. And I was just going to put a little push pin on every cue I made. And I did that for years. We moved, and since the map is somewhere in a garbage dump, somewhere in the state of Oregon. I digress, but I would look at that map a lot and be grateful for those calls. Enjoy it.
This is a fun hobby. Really is. Absolutely a fun hobby. Rodney Birthday Boy says, especially humility, people have to understand that do not know everything. That's true. Everybody must remember that. Yours truly, mostly. Rodney, thank you for the link. I appreciate that. And Funny comes back. Welcome back. Always a pleasure to see you. Happy Thursday. Gunter, I would teach a newbie always make an effective antenna and low loss feed line. Always your first priority before buying fancy radios and amplifiers. There's 2 in 3 minutes, right? Buy the antenna. Here's how you make the antenna. There it is. Go to Gunter's YouTube channel. DK5ONV. It's his call sign right there. Look at the calls he's making. Okay, that's the proof is in what you do. Okay. Now I don't have a super cool antenna. I get calls that I get, and the calls you hear are ones that sometimes take me 4 or 5 minutes to try and make. You're hearing the last 60 seconds of my attempts. Sometimes it's quicker than that. But when you see Gunter's work and you see China, South Africa, Brazil, Argentina, Calgary, Alberta, California, Arkansas, the list goes on and on, Australia, he's working them with a wire antenna and a radio that's like about 10 years old. Nothing special there. There's nothing glitzy. He takes a bike, tows a wagon behind his bike, drives out to a park that the grass is about knee deep now, and he enjoys ham radio because he loves it. Not a fancy antenna, not a fancy radio, but he's doing the heart of amateur radio DX. He's working the world with it. And if you look at his YouTube channel, you'll see it. I mean, I've probably seen at least 50 countries on that YouTube channel. Amazing work. Gunter, thank you. 100%. And he'll show you. Ask him. Geez, just DK5ONV on QRZ. Just search on QRZ, DK5ONV. Send him an email. Ask him, how do I build a good antenna? He'll help you. He'll be happy to help you. That's who he is. Seriously, that's the best advice I can give you right now on that. Absolutely. Because his antenna works. Just does brilliantly. Tom, welcome from Bahrain, but by way of Bulgaria, he's here. Lima Zulu Stroke, Alpha Echo 1 Tango Papa. Welcome, Tom. Good to see you. Thanks for coming today. Rodney, today's topic question, part 2. I always know it's a good topic when Rodney will put like 2 or 3 different addendums to his first.
Thank you. Come again.
So, topic question also to guide through the proper expense and part balancing. You do not need an amp to begin. First, analyze your location and restrictions, followed by a plan in order: antenna, radio, coax, amplifier. Antenna being first. Isn't that strange how everyone says the same thing? Not a coincidence. These people have been DXing for a long time, and their experience is coming out here. You don't hear anybody saying, get yourself a 400-watt radio. No. They're all saying, get a great antenna first. Number 1. From there, you go. You just work your way down. And you know what? If you're young, just a second, I'm so sorry. My mouth's pretty dry. If you're new to amateur radio and you're under the age of 95, 100, make it 100, you have a long time to buy the glitzy radio. Radios are just getting cooler. They are. Radios are getting neater and cooler and better looking and so much cool tech on board. Really, look at the new icon that the just unveiled at Dayton. It's like futuristic. Looks like a video game. It does. It kind of resembles like, what do they call those? Oh, man. They're like the Nintendo, like handheld Nintendo. My son's like in his 30s now, so it's been a while. But it's like a handheld game, right? And it's a ham radio. They're only getting better. So get the great antenna now. Start with an older radio, because by the time you got the money again, you're going to get the coolest doggone radio because you already got the best antenna outside. You're golden. You're golden. Great comment. Thank you, Rodney. Thank you. Gunter. Oh, gosh. Can I say this, Sam? Is it okay if I say this right here? Is it okay?
What's going on here? Well,
Gunter in Germany, two old farts had the same thoughts.
oh, what a grouch!
That's not true. Not true. Dallas, that red radio. So I would teach them to set up a good portable station. Very good. I love that. I like that. See, I would show them how to set up a good portable station and be able to work it. Man, that's a great thing right there. You know, you could do that at field day. Are you going to do a field day station, Dallas? It's a great opportunity for you to meet somebody. Like if you're at a park, you know, like a city park where people can see you, right? And someone come up, oh, you could do, oh, that'd be so cool. You'd do great with that. You really would. Kevin in Iowa, Kilo 0, Kilo Lima Bravo. He says, oh gosh, I can't. Oh, geez. What he says basically, some nice things about the channel. Thank you very much. And learn wisdom from the people to their experience in the chat. Thanks, man. Thank you. That's nice. Remember, staff meeting after the show here, okay?
Shut up!
Jeez, what a grouch. Sorry about that. Yeah. Kevin, thank you. That's really, really nice. I appreciate that.
That's my boy! Weary!
It's a bit early for me to... Jeez, man, stop. Spike joins us from Montana.
That's my boy! Weary!
Today's topic question. Banner is covered up by the chat banner, Brother Lawrence. Well, there you go. Is that better, Spike? Bill, I'm sorry. I have to leave for a doctor's appointment. I will watch the rest of the show when I'm back home. Nothing serious, just a checkup. Thank you, Bill. Safe drive. Have fun. Enjoy. Rodney now with Topic Show Addendum 3. Also teach them how propagation works and audio testing, and the code of conduct is a good place to start.
That was a great number. I don't care what you say.
Mm-hmm. True. That's good. You're getting into it now. I love that. It's good stuff. Spike, sorry I'm late. My new FT710 was holding me hostage. Very good.
Thank you. Come again.
Wait, that was Spike who said that. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Rodney continuing.
On with the show, this is it.
Continuation. Also, check your band plan and power levels.
I got a splitting headache.
Dallas Anderkin, I would teach them how to set up a good portable station and field day setup because emergency contact is something we all need to know. Great comment. Thank you, guys. We're going to come back to your comments, but first, the early days of amateur radio. Yep, we're going to talk about the early days of ham radio. When ham radio became ham radio, there was only one mode of communication, and that was Morse code. We all know that, right? But the kind of radio that you would have to use back in the early days of amateur radio is just a little bit different than the ones we use today. Take a look at this.
Hi there, I'm Gary Garbett, and I wanted to show you my copy of an early spark gap transmitter. These were used from the late 1800s to early 1900s. The first one that was successful was by Marconi to transmit across the Atlantic. And then, of course, later got used in ships. They had quite a limited...
Now, I will tell you up front, this is a giant version of a spark gap transmitter, but the whole idea works the same. This isn't like so giant that it's way out of line. A lot of it is original, but just take a look. It's pretty cool.
Range 300 to 500 miles, sometimes 800 miles under good conditions. And the first SOS ever sent was off of one of these on the Titanic. And a very notable situation there. This is one that I built over the winter. I had just about all the pieces in stock, so this coil I wound about 30 years ago and never used. And what started it all was one piece which you'll see later on is a quench gap from the period, and this brass key which you'll see later, which was made in the 1880s. And so I decided I would build a replica with parts on hand, and here it is for you to see. There's a neon sign transformer giving 15,000 volts, charges this capacitor bank, fires across the quench gap into this silver wire, which I was fortunate enough to find. And you'll see the spark later go across here. Normally this would go out to either twin antennas or a ground and an antenna, but I don't want to interfere with anybody. By the way, the transmitted frequency originally was 500 to 800 kilohertz, which is right in the broadcast band. This one transmits at 80 kilohertz, which is almost down to submarine frequency, so it doesn't cause any duress to things. It is very dangerous, of course, with the 15,000 volts in it. And I got some old books for reference, which was very, very helpful. And we're also going to show you the receiver that I built, and I guess we should move on from there. So this was the piece that really started this whole thing. This is a pressurized spark gap from the early 1900s, and they're pretty hard to find now, so I was really thrilled to get one.
That's an original.
And I rebuilt it all.
Spark gap right there. That's the guts, the original spark gap. Isn't that something?
And it works just wonderful. So that was the key piece that started the whole project. I was fortunate enough to, one of the local ham club fellows had this old key from the 1890s. So it was very, very period. I was very, very pleased to get that to go with the station. And here we have a receiver that I built that would replicate what was used in the day. It has the two tuning capacitors on it and the tuning coil, so you can select different frequencies. And of course the old magnetic type earphones. So we're now going to key the spark gap so you can have a good look at it, and here we go. So these were about 500 watts, and they went out of favor, of course, when the vacuum tubes came out, but they were so unreliable that the ships always kept their old spark gap transmitters because they were so simple and reliable and always worked. So there you have it. There's my version of a spark gap transmitter.
That is great stuff. That is great stuff right there. I love that. I did, because you know what? It's really
accurate, right? He gets the original canister for the spark gap, the pressurized tube. Gosh, man, he's so smart. That guy is brilliant. And that goes to show you, not all of us in amateur radio are like geniuses. Some of us just, like, our eyes go, whoa, because we're amazed at how smart some of these people are who are able to replicate, to build it back, right? Kind of like Marconi, that smart kind of people. What does it sound like? If you were to hear a spark gap transmitter today, what would you hear? Let's take a listen at this real quick.
So these spark gap transmitters in the early 20th century were completely ubiquitous. They could transmit vast distances. For example, there was a spark gap transmitter on board the Titanic when it sent its distress call. The early pioneers of the spark gap transmitter also became famous for their work. For example, Marconi received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1909 along with Karl Braun for his work on the radio telegraph, but he worked on many different alternative designs for transmitters and receivers too. Now, Marconi was born in 1874 and he passed away in 1937. Interestingly, he was a member of the Italian Fascist Party, but he died before the end of World War II, so he was unable to see how it all turned out. Now, the Marconi company, which he formed, was eventually sold in 2003 to Ericsson, so I suppose now it's folded into Sony Ericsson. Let's now listen to how one of these spark gap transmitters would have sounded to a radio telegraph operator wearing the headphones. As we look back at the voltage across capacitor C1, we see that the sparks occur periodically. Now, how often these sparks occur depends on how long it takes to recharge capacitor C1 after the tank circuit has been depleted and capacitor C2 has been discharged. So you can very easily control the sparking frequency by adjusting the values of R and C1. So now let's listen to the audio clip in Morse code of a spark gap transmitter where it's been designed so that we get 60 sparks per second. What you're going to hear in Morse code is CQ, DE, PN. Now let's listen to an alternative version of a spark gap transmitter where the sparking frequency is 125 sparks per second. You're hearing now CQ-DE-PO. So I'm sure you've noticed that there was an obvious difference in the way these two spark gap transmitters sounded. You were hearing the sparking frequency. I mentioned that Marconi spent some time working on ticker tape machines because there's more than one way of receiving the signal from a Morse code generator or a telegraph. One way is to just listen to it, but another way would be to use a ticker tape machine. So if the transmitter is turned on, the stylus goes down. If the transmitter is off, the stylus comes up. So if you run a small piece of paper under the stylus, then you can print or punch holes, and then somebody who's skilled in reading Morse code with the eye would then be able to interpret what was being transmitted. So this is the origin of the ticker tape machine, and this is also one of the origins of the stock symbol, because when stock exchanges were transmitting data from one point to another, they obviously wanted to save paper. So it makes sense to represent the name of a company using as few characters as possible. So then when it's transmitted in Morse code and it comes out onto a sheet of paper, we don't end up wasting a lot. But in the early 20th century, companies did waste a lot of paper, and this gave rise to the ticker tape parade. I'm showing here a photograph of the ticker tape parade, which took place in 1969 to honor the Apollo 11 astronauts when they got back from the moon.
There you go. And that right there is a good example of what the spark gap transmitter was like if you were on the sending end, and what it would sound like if you were on the receiving end. Man, have we come a long ways to what ham radio is today. Gosh, I loved your comments during that. Toscan in Portugal, spark gap transmitters were still on United Kingdom naval ships up until World War II. That's pretty interesting when you think about it. Also, I would like to welcome our dear friend Kjell, all the way in Norway. Lima Bravo Zero Yankee India. Kjell, welcome, and a very happy Thursday, my friend. Kjell's been here a long time. It's an honor to have you back. Thanks for coming today, buddy. Also, colorist, that's our dear friend. What a neat person he is. Golf for BBC. He used to work for the BBC. Welcome, friend. Good to have you back. Good to have you back. gosh, haven't we come a long ways? That's why I say, if you're new to amateur radio, the radios are just getting cooler. You got plenty of time to get that cool radio. Just get your great antenna now, and the radio will come later. And when it does, it's even cooler than the stuff that you see today. Yeah. Roger McKeon with, I think, a very, very good point. It's not the volts, it's the amps that kill you, and he's 100% correct. The amperage is what you work with. That's very dangerous. Toscan, I've got a neon sign transformer from my days playing with Tesla coils. Oh, gosh. No, thanks. Chris, advice for new licensees. Don't take valve, which are tubes, don't take valve amps apart unless you know what the heck you're touching. That is golden advice right there. Just leave it to the professional that knows how to fix it. The amperage inside that amplifier could kill you, and very easily kill you. You don't want your spouse or your family to find you like that. Just leave it to someone who knows what they're doing, all right? Spike, don't touch a capacitor. Another good comment. That's something. We're going places I never thought we would ever go to on this. And Gunther, you're so kind. Good. The words I said about your channel, 100%. It's true. It's real good stuff. Chris, that 5G transmitter, that SG, the Spark Gap transmitter looks like something from Grandpa Munster's dungeon. It does. It does. It's huge. It is huge. And Rodney with a really interesting point about Spark Gap. Jack, I gotta put you down again. He just loves to be up here. The radio frequency interference, it would be massive. Let me just explain something real quick. We'll go now. I know we're going long. Our countries, most of them today in amateur radio, require us to do what's called an RFI examination of our station, meaning we have to take a look at how far our antenna is from us on the bands that we work. Okay. Also important for the neighbors around us too, because RFI can cause people to die. I mean, especially if you've got a pacemaker. If you're in a multi-tenement building, say for example, 3 stories, maybe 50 people, or say 50 units, right? And you've got a ham radio in the middle of that multi-tenement building, you could kill anyone within that building with transmissions from your ham shack. No kidding. That's why Gunter at his house, why he uses low power. He intentionally goes down to QRP levels, 5 but no more than 10 watts when he transmits, because he doesn't want to cause anybody else or himself radio frequency interference danger. Because what it does, it can heat your tissue up. It can kill you. It's a real serious thing. Rodney, that's a good comment. It's a wise comment. Thank you. That's a wise comment. Hold on a second. A couple other things I want to get to real quick before we go too much further. Toscan, get a hold of a few good books on ham radio. American Radio Relay League and RSGB publish hundreds between them. They sure do. They really do. Find something you're interested in. Maybe it's Morse code. Perhaps it's DX. Maybe it's building antennas. Oh my gosh. Between the Radio Society of Great Britain, the Dutch Amateur Radio Club, DARC, the Wireless Institute of Australia, the Radio Amateurs of Canada, the American Radio Relay League, whatever. There are so many books on how to really build a great antenna with parts lying around your house. No kidding. And they'll work. They'll work brilliantly. You don't have to buy $1 billion antenna. You can build your own. Gunter here is a great example of that. He built his own wire antenna and he works the world. And I'm not kidding. It's the world. Andy knew if the antenna you can put up doesn't do a top radio justice, don't buy an expensive radio. Wow. That could be like the show info right there, the description of this program, and I would die on that hill. I would. Great comment. Listen again. If the antenna you can put up doesn't do a top radio justice, meaning the glitzy, beautiful, shiny, bright radio justice, then don't buy an expensive radio. Perfect. End of show. Thank you so much for watching.
That's all, folks.
That's it. Put your great antenna up. Put your great antenna up. Then get your radio. It's work. I tell you, it works perfectly. That's probably comment of the show. Tom in Bulgaria. I was licensed in the year 2000 between my first amp. Bought my first amp 25 years later. So he licensed back in the year 2000. And in 2025 is when he bought his ACOM amp. Antenna. There's like 7 or 8 comments here from people who've been DXing and being very successful in amateur radio who've all said the same thing. Antenna comes first. Man, it's so true. It's just so true. Chris, I would say to a new licensee, it's not just buying a good antenna. It must be set up in a good position to radiate efficiently. 100% true. Yes, soil matters. Where you live matters. If you're down, in a valley, right? You got hills all around you. How high should your antenna be? There's great books to tell you that. You could learn about it and set up a very effective antenna, even if you're in the bottom of a valley with mountains all around. Absolutely. Great comment. Yeah. Dallas, also how to tune a long wire, or in Kevin's realm, tune a barbed wire fence. And LOL, if you tune a piano, you can also tune a fish. One of the best REO Speedwagon albums ever titled. Yes, you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. Spike, did I miss your war radio segment? No, you have not. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow on Ham Radio Live, it's going to be a fun show. Tomorrow's show, Radio Goes to War. That's the title of tomorrow's program. We're going to cover how radio itself, not ham radio, but radio came into war. World War I and World War II. We're not going to get into Korea and all the other conflicts everywhere. We're going to focus on the world wars because that was the beginning of radio. Yep, the very beginning of radio. And military people knew the value of using it. We'll talk about that tomorrow on the show. It's going to be fun. It'll go long, but there is some great content there from all of the major powers from the war. We're talking Germany's in it, Great Britain's in it, US is in it, Japan is in it. I hope you enjoyed that show. That's going to be a fun show. I hope you like that. Catching up real quick before we go to the next segment, because you have to go fairly quickly on this. Let me see here. Spike, there we were. Don't touch a capacitor. Roger, Dad and Grandpa McKeon were linemen. I heard that a lot when I was growing up. Chris, many tube circuits have plate voltages of between 200 and 600 volts, but it is the amperage that kills. Harold is here. Hi, Harold. A happy Thursday, my friend. He says, not correct. It takes both amps and volts to kill you. Power.
Thank you. Come again.
It's a true statement. Both are effective in ending your life. If you don't know what you're doing, have someone that does. Fix your stuff. Very important. I can never stress that enough here. Don't touch if you don't know. That's the best advice I can give you. Don't touch if you don't know, because what you don't know will kill you. It will. Some of the stuff here is seriously bad. Like, it'll kill you bad. Spike, don't fly a kite in a thunderstorm either. Rodney, also a cheap super hat can and will do an amazing job. sometimes outperforming software-defined radios. Sure, absolutely. Yes. Spike here says that... Can I read the comment first? Jeez. Now I have to examine my neighbors. Okay, I'm ordering some gloves and a stethoscope. Don't want you doing that. My goodness, welcome. It's good to see you. That's our friend Rant Strategies. Welcome back. Good to see you. I got my GMRS radio. I haven't done anything on it. I just haven't. I've heard two things on it. One was someone wanting the back door opened up because they had a delivery coming in. And the other one was these two people, I think they were family members. They were trying to find where the park was. Don't know about what was going on there, but anyway, it's good to have you. He says, are you planning doing a field day show? No. The reason I don't is because I try to give my wife my weekends. I do. I used to do this show every day, and after a while, it's like a year and a half, I think, I got so burned out. I was done. I was just done. I needed a life at that point. So I make sure to keep the weekends open. Thanks for asking. It's a good comment. And I feel bad to say no, because field day is that time of year where we put our best face forward to the public. It's a great time for people to know what ham radio is. And if enough of us go out into public places and work a radio, it's just helpful to grow the hobby. It is. If you're out there in public, people notice. That's why Parks on the Air is so good. It's just such a great thing. Thanks for coming. Happy Thursday, my friend. Thanks for being here. It's nice to have you. He's got a good channel. There's one. If you want to learn about MCOMs, right? Emergency communications. You want to learn about what might be helpful to you. There you go. Good channel right there. Andy New in Bristol. I hope we see the AR-88 receiver tomorrow. My favorite World War II receiver. We'll see. We'll see, Andy, my friend. Chris, also be careful of rusty antenna towers. Oh my gosh. Yes, rusty antenna towers can be very, very bad. Also, I must tell you this. You know how, like Kevin, right? Kevin's famous for doing crazy stuff, right? Like, for example, if you were doing, I don't know, let's say you were going to do something silly like a church bell being an antenna. Kevin's done that, which is amazing. I mean, seriously, Kevin's done some amazing stuff. Can a church bell be an antenna? Can a ladder be an antenna? Hold on a second. I gotta show you this. This is great because this was sent in by Chris. Chris, and I forgot at the beginning of the show, please forgive me because I didn't show it at the beginning. And it's worth its weight in gold. This is the Chris. I gotta show you because we got like 3 Chris's here. This is our Chris. Kilo Echo 2, Hotel Romeo Juliet. You're about to see one of the funniest things you have ever seen. Watch this. Hold on. Let me get you to a blank screen. And by the way, 6 meters is dead today here. Watch this. You may think that a church bell could be an antenna. You may think that a ladder works great as an antenna. But did you know that a hot dog can be a speaker?
This is why you don't want to touch an AM tower and ground yourself. Okay, well, never done anything like this before.
Okay, to be fair, this is an AM broadcast tower, amplitude modulation, so a commercial radio station on the AM band here in the States. Yes, there is a fence around this said tower, which will kill you if you touch it while it's on, okay? So these guys got together, decided to jump the fence, put together a whole bag of hot dogs, and said, hey, I got something idea fun. This is going to be great. Let's bring some wieners down to the AM tower and see if we can make them blow up. And instead of blowing up, it actually played what's on the air. Listen carefully.
Requires that
Probably not good for the paint, but we can hear it.
requires
That's why you don't touch a tower.
You hear that?
That affirms the Catholic, as I try to spell out in the book, and it's sort of a...
Show me the. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
It's playing.
the hot.
It's playing the audio on the air.
That's why you don't touch a tower.
that affirms the Catholic, as I try to spell out in the book, and it's sort of a...
Show
That's
me
coming
oh
from
my
the
gosh.
wiener.
Yeah, it's the hot dog has disappeared. Part of it. Here's another hot dog. Don't stab your fingers. Ready? Now we're gonna try to see if we can cook it. Okay. Not even hot.
At the end of every surgical...
I saw that, and I was blown away. Who in the heck would ever think a hot dog could be a speaker? Now, kids, don't go do this. Don't go over a fence and then over another fence, because that's how transmitters are protected, at least here in the States, right? You have a transmitter building that has a big fence around it. That fence is there to protect you from doing something stupid. Then just to make sure that you're not going to even be dumber or even be more, motivated to go do something you could hurt yourself doing, the radio station has taken the second thing to put another fence around each tower.
There's no one knows his way around outer space like Dodgers in the 24th and a half century.
Do not go up to an AM broadcast tower or any broadcast tower and touch the thing.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wile E. Coyote. Genius.
A hot dog. And the thing plays what's on the air.
I'm a unitard.
Actually, I think that was awesome, man. I thought it was pretty cool to see, but don't do that. Don't go do that. Thank you, Chris, for showing us that. That was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Seriously. The stupid thing is rebroadcasting what's being broadcast. So, Chris, thanks for reminding me to show that on the show. Rodney, thank you for being here. Happy birthday again, and thanks for coming on your birthday. Good to see you. Gosh. Andy, welcome. Good to see you. See, now this is our fourth Andy in the show. Wow. What to call you? Andy A, Andy B, Andy C. He says, nice hot dog. Yeah. Gunter, new method of welding. Yes, it's called the Wiener method. And Chris, lucky it was only a sausage. Gosh. Tom, I recognize this guy. He's an engineer for a series of stations. He has a great channel. Okay.
Thank you. Come again.
Perfect. Yeah. Don't go do this. It's awful. Spike, hold my beer. No.
What's going on here?
Yeah, hold your beer. Yeah, and then Peter, this is one heck of a barbecue. Go for BBC. Here comes the Angry Hams. Trivia quickly and the end of the show.
Well, to me, there's nothing funny about chickens.
Question 1 of 3 today. What's a Yagi? Is a Yagi a brand of radio? B, a type of antenna? C, a type of coax? Or D, nothing in amateur radio? A, B, C, or D? Good luck, guys. What's a Yagi? Jeff, welcome. Alpha Delta 7 Lima November from Sherwood, Oregon is here. Andy, is the SWR still okay then?
That's my boy!
See you guys. Don't spike now. That's great. Yeah, stop it, Sam. My real name is Andy. Great. Andy's 5 now. Andy 1. It's Andy 2. This is Andy new 2, but we'll make him Andy 1 today. This is great. B, it's a type of antenna, a Yagi. Of course it is. Thank you, Andy. 1 for 1. Okay. Toscan comes in as well. Peter's got it as well. Chris, yes, and Jeff, and everybody around the world has the same answer. Question number 2 is this. What Q signal is the one for who is calling me? All right? What's the Q signal for who's calling me? Is it A, QSX, B, QRT, C, QRZ, or D, QST? A, B, C, or D? Go for it, round 2. There you go. Andy, by the way, has gotten right 3 out of 4, which is really amazing. Really is. First one in,
Andy knew again, Mike 7, Charlie November. We must have like a really good latency towards BC. I'm sorry, towards Britain right now. He's got C, QRZ, and yes, he's 100% correct. Nice work. Yeah, QRZ, that's why the big web page for ham radio is QRZ. It's about who's calling me. When you make a query to it, you're finding out who it is that you're making a call with. That's why they call it that. Andy's 2 for 2. Peter's got that as well as Jeff. And boy, Mike got it. And Rance got it. And Toscan's got it. Wait, no, he's got a BRB. It's all right. Last question today, guys. Here we go. Which 2 island on the air destinations are in Puerto Rico? Oh, you're going to hate this one. Is it A, North America 003 and North America 099? Is it B, North America 045 and North America 993? Is it C, North America 099 and North America 249? Or is it D, North America 249 and North America 346? It's a toughie. A, B, C, or D. Get it right. Big applause. Good luck, guys. This is not an easy one today. Andy New has come in first again. Now, there is nothing here between Andy and I. Get nothing for this.
It was my understanding that there would be no math.
Nothing at all. Andy, we have no deals here.
I wonder how they found out where we was.
He has B, North America 045 and North America 993. Can he make it 3 for 3? No. It's that tough of a question. Gunter's got B. Mike in Jacksonville. He has the correct answer, which is C. Well done, Mike. Yeah, it's North America 099 and 249. Here it is on a map. Okay, here's North America 099. It's split for this reason. It's also North America 249 as well. So, yeah, one of those weird things within the mapping system in amateur radio. But that's it. And Mike, you're the only one who got this one. No, Dallas got it right too. How about that? Only 2 of you. Chris will consult ChatGPT on this question.
Thank you. Come again.
Most likely. Chris, don't have a clue. I will have to consult the Magic 8-Ball. That could be the comment of the show. Thank you, sir. Guys, today's topic question has to do with what you would say to a new ham, right? Somebody who's new to amateur radio coming in. I loved some things you guys said today. I can't do better than you guys. I couldn't today. There's no way. I mean, everybody said antenna first. Everyone. Some said I would make sure they know the DX code of conduct. And I guess I've got to go with Andy. I'm trying to find his comment. There's been so many comments today on the show that it's difficult for me to get up to the one where he said this. But he talked about antenna and expensive radio. And I'm going to paraphrase because here it is. I found it. Whew, just in time. If the antenna you can put up doesn't do a top radio justice, don't buy an expensive radio. That's perfection right there. It is. Because we are all led, and it's not just new hams that are led to the big, shiny, cool radio. We all are drawn to those. All of us are. But we don't talk enough about the most important part of your shack, and that's the one outside, the antenna. If you go with a great antenna, if you can do at least a hex beam, at least, if you're an HF, at least a hex beam. If you're VHF, at least an antenna that's going to be quality, maybe 6 to 9 dB of gain. It's not that big. You're on VHF. It's a smaller footprint. If you like to do UHF, even smaller antenna. If you're doing microwave, now you're talking a dish. My point, get a great antenna first, because it doesn't matter about your radio. It's going to make great calls at that point, and you're not even going to consider an amplifier because your antenna's got gain. You now have a much stronger signal that goes farther. Andy, it's a great comment.
I couldn't do better than that. Thank you so much. Comment of the show today, Andy. Really is. Thank you. It's a great, great comment. If you'd like to get into amateur radio, we'd love to help you earn that license. Truly. Okay? To get your license, you'll need the help of a ham club. It's really important because you're going to have questions, right? How much is the license? How hard is it to pass the test? What should I study? And then after you get licensed, they may have some extra gear lying around that they may loan you for a while. It's true. To get started, though, you're going to need the help of a local club. To find the club, reach out to the Radio Society of Great Britain at www.rsgb.org. Just find the contact portion of their page and send them a message. Tell them you want your ham license and where you live in the world. They'll send back to you local to you ham radio club. www.rsgb.org. Sorry we ran out of time today to do the crystal radio thing. I will be showing that. It's a really neat 2-segment piece. We will have a couple of cool old Super Bowl commercials. We're almost done. Hang in there. Not quite. We're almost done. These two are pretty funny. And we're going to end with a sign-off that we've never done on this program, a close-down we've never featured. This is the end of shortwave broadcasting for the day for Radio Berlin International. For those that don't know, that was in East Germany, so behind the Iron Curtain. My name's Larry Dio. My call sign in ham radio is Kilo 7 Hotel November. It's an honest privilege to do this program, wherever you may be. God bless you. See you tomorrow, guys. Goodbye, everybody. Watch this. This is so funny.
AmeriQuest Mortgage, proud sponsor of the NFL.
Diapers, milk, and laundry detergent, $25.
Oh yeah, and that stuff he just said.
Routine oil change, $20. Haircut, $75.
$75?
Getting your errands done quicker to spend more time with your family? Priceless. That's getting your errands done quicker to...
Yeah, I heard you the first time. Stupid voiceover.
There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Oh.
Well, this worked out well, huh? I mean, we just do the show just for fun, but yeah. Let me play this for you. This is the final, not the final sign-off, but this is the close-down typical for Radio Berlin International on their English shortwave service.
You have been listening to a broadcast of Radio Berlin International, the voice of the German Democratic Republic. Here now is the complete list of our broadcasting times. All times are UTC. Our programs to Central Africa go out at 18:30 hours on 9.665 MHz in the 31 meter band and on 15.255 MHz in the 19 meter band. At 20.15 hours on 9.665 MHz in the 31 meter band, on 13.610 MHz in the 22 meter band, and on 15.255 MHz in the 19 meter band. Listeners in East Africa can pick us up at 18:30 hours on 13.610 MHz in the 22 meter band, on 15.145 MHz in the 19 meter band, and at 6 hours on 13.610 MHz in the 22 meter band. We should be grateful for any comments in our transmission. So if you would like to write to us, please address your letters to Radio Berlin International, Africa Service, Berlin 116L, German Democratic Republic. For now, it's goodbye and thank you for listening.
the interval tone, by the way. They call it the interval signal back in shortwave time, right? I had an email once that asked why they were so long sometimes and so short other times. Mostly, from what I've been able to research, it's about the engineer being able to get to the transmitter, or whoever was closing the station down, getting to the transmitter in time to turn it off. But they would always try and wait until the interval signal had completely played at least 3 times. There you go. And there it goes. Guys, that's it. We'll see you tomorrow. Hope you have a wonderful Thursday.
That's all, folks.